It's time to get unmasked. Please welcome your host, Pamela Elaine Nichols and Cheryl A.S. Haley.
Hello, Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to Unmasked Real Talk Live.
Hey, ladies.
You say what?
I said, hey, ladies.
Hey, ladies, I was looking at the opening of our faces, and I was thinking, that is not my hair anymore. And that is not your hair either.
We need an update, right?
Anyway, I digress. This is a place where we get real about topics not often discussed openly. And as you see, Cheryl and I keep it real because we got to talk about the hair. It just ain't real no more. Today is a sister check-in, and the topic of today's show is called, Am I Being Intentional with My Goals?
Mm-hmm.
Previously, we charged you to set financial and health goals to encourage and support you to feel better, look better, and live better. Today's raffle is something to help you make smarter money moves in 2023. It is an 8-piece money binder with cash envelopes for budgeting and saving money. I want one. In fact, I think I ordered one, but it has not arrived. I'm going to check on that. It comes in many colors. You get to choose the color you want. We want to say thank you to all of our participants, including those whose names were not seen in our Health is Your Wealth Challenge, as well as those whose names were seen. Participants were to complete the sentence, quote, because my health is my wealth, I commit today to blank, to improve my health and enhance my wealth. The goal was to start small, build upon the habits you committed to, and stick to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's no good to have a habit. It's no good to have a goal and not stick to it. This is an interesting shoe-in to today's topic, by the way.
Yes.
Anyway, the names of those who participated in last week's challenge go into today's raffle spin. This week's challenge will be dropped in our private Facebook group. Be sure to post your comments to the challenge by Monday, January 16th, the day before we go live on the show. Okay, Cheryl, I'm going to turn it over to you to unmask today's topic.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Today's topic is, am I being intentional with my goals? And we have to ask that question, are we? Now, Marshall B. Rosenberg has this quote that we thought was so fitting for today's topic. And it says, also, think about your intentionality. Are you getting lost in the method, or coming from intentionality, the purpose? You don't want to do the mechanics without consciousness. Now, we just want you to let that marinate for just a second. As you listen to that quote, how many of us could resonate with how often we get stuck in the method, which is the doing, versus the purpose, which is the being? Think about that. Our wellness is an ongoing challenge for most of us, including Pamela Lane and me. Sometimes we all know what to do, but situations and things inside and or outside of our control can get in the way. But we also know that when we consistently practice self-care, the benefits overflow into all areas of our life for the better. Our desire is to see women move from a place of fatigue to a place of first, where they're taking care of themselves intentionally. The heart of our community is to feel better, look better, and live better. Now, when we care for ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually, guess what? We show up as better people to others. Now, let's take a moment to discuss the word intentional. When we are intentional, that means we are intended, we are attentive, we intend to do something. We choose to make decisions and take action on what's important to us. Being intentional, and I love that word, being intentional means getting clear up front about what you want to achieve, specifically an outcome or result in the future that is important to you. So what does living life with intentionality really mean? In all honesty, intentional living is more than just working towards one goal every second of every day. The key is to appreciate the good, reflect the good back into the world we live in a brighter way, and choose our reactions and actions consciously, including how we handle unexpected distractions or unexpected detours. Living intentionally and mindfully involves many moving parts. We want you to take a moment to pause and think about your money moves in 2023 and your thoughts about health being your wealth. How intentional are you being with the goals you set for yourself? Pam, when you think about that, how intentional have you been thus far? We recognize it's just January the 10th, but how intentional have you been?
I feel like you put me on the spot. This is what I'm feeling right now.
No.
But I'm gonna go ahead and tackle it because I'm actually pretty excited about what I intended
Yes.
and then what I'm doing. Because you can intend to do a lot of things and never do any of those things. So
Mhm.
intention plus doing equals results. I intended to start living a plant-based lifestyle
Yeah.
because the more that you remember that book, I hope everybody remembers a couple of thank you. Hold it up. Hold the book up. Vegetation. Oh, come over here. Vegetation over medication by
Yes.
Dr. Bobby Price.
Yes.
I started reading that book. I have finished it now. I'm gonna read it again. And I said, I gotta deal with these health issues before they overtake me.
Mhm.
The pre-diabetes, the high cholesterol. I had this nagging pain in my lower left side, bottom, my back, hip area for months,
Mhm.
bothering me. Every time I get out of the bed, it's like I couldn't even, when I go to the bathroom because I put my seat down.
Yeah.
I don't have a man in my house, but I put my seat down at the bathroom after, I use it. I put the seat down and I flush. So that means in the morning when I go to the restroom, the seat is down. So I have to bend down to lift it up, and the pain
Mm.
go through my left hip and back
Mhm.
was so incredible. So I said, I can either keep going this way or I can do something about it. And when I started learning about vegetation over medication and reading the book, I was like, you know what? The answer is I got to be intentional about
Mhm.
getting healthier. And
Mhm.
I'm going to eat more fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds than chicken and pork and beef. And not no sending no hate out to those who love that. But the more I learn, the more I realize those things are killing us. So I was like, I'm gonna take it out. And
Mhm.
I'll tell you the results, right? Intention plus action equals results.
Mhm. Mhm.
I lost 10 pounds in the last 6 weeks.
You go, girl. You.
Not only that, I cannot remember. I was trying to think, when was the last time I had that excruciating pain? I cannot remember. It's just all of a sudden it's gone
Mhm.
as a result of being intentional about getting healthier. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I miss me some fried chicken. I really want a pork chop. And the other day I was at the store and the man said, here's some great seasoning. You could put it on lamb. I was like, lamb? I don't even eat lamb. But that is my answer to that's my long answer to your question. I have been intentional about my health and I have seen the results by taking action. How about you?
That was awesome. Pam, I want to say thank you because my sister gifted me this book. And I actually have begun to read it and slow reading it because I'm one who, wherever you are, and when you talk about setting goals for yourself, I am slow walking through this book and making some changes. I already had made some changes previously, but just kind of becoming more intentional with what it is that I do. So after I started reading, and we had this gathering where we had these exotic fruits that you introduced me to. So I ended up going to Trader Joe's and I actually got all this greenery. And I actually sent her a picture of it. Like my refrigerator is like green. But since then, I have changed my eating habits. I am still indulging in some meat products, but more or less some healthier fish choices or healthier choices in smaller portions, but more greens. I love greens, but I've just increased it in even the more and removed a lot of starches. So every time I go in for a medical checkup, the first thing I'm always harried about, what is my blood pressure going to look like? Well, over 2 weeks, I had a visit last Wednesday and I had my blood pressure checked. My blood pressure was 127 over 72. And I was like, whoa. And she told me your blood pressure is good. And I said, normally I like it to be down to 121. But the fact that it was 127, and I'll say that was because I began to minimize products that were unhealthier and reintroduce, let me be correct, reintroduce healthier choices back into my nutrition. And I'm telling you, I saw the difference. I was just ecstatic. And can I just take it a step further?
Go a step further.
She introduced, I heard her say something. I couldn't believe she said it. But when she talked about the Money Moves book, I got my book. I got my book. And I'm going to tell you.
Oh, wait, open that thing up. Let me see.
It has your little pages in it. And then you put the little chart.
Wait. I'm almost certain that that's my book and I accidentally shipped it to you.
Guess what? I got one coming your way. Because my sister blessed me. And I'm telling you, somebody had posted about getting rid of cable. Now, I'm a person that my husband and I have had cable for years, but I really don't get time to watch TV because during the day I'm doing things. And at night, I might get a good show in or a good movie or something in. But guess what the sister did? I got rid of cable. And my bill down 75%. Because what happens, they have these streaming services that a lot of people are not savvy about. If you have the ability to stream, that is the way to go, because what happens, it is a less expensive way to watch what you want to watch. So that's the first thing I did. And I'm looking at other things. Oh, no, I did something else. I went to all my apps, and the apps that have a cost associated with it, if I didn't need it, gone. Eliminate.
These are apps that you're paying
on a monthly basis. These are different business apps, and what happens is that we use them for business purposes. However, some of them we just have and we're not using them, but we're paying for it. I looked at my app subscriptions. I couldn't believe when you begin to add up how much you're spending over a year. You're like, I don't need that. I don't need that. So I eliminated it. So those are two steps that I've taken, and I was real excited about it. But I will say is that when we challenge you, we apply those challenges to ourselves. And I said, you know what? Let me look at a couple things. But that cable was a biggie. That was a cable. And they tried everything they could to keep us. Nope.
Oh, I hear you. And we want all of our viewers right now to drop in the chat. Like, let us know, how has the first 2 weeks almost of 2023 been working for you with your intentions that you set? And are you acting on those intentions? And what are the results that you are getting is what we want to know. Now, I know somebody in this group, if she's there, she's my accountability partner for this weight loss journey. And I know she set the intention to get healthier in 2023. And I want to know if she's willing to share any of her experiences, if she's out there. I don't want to call her out because she may not be there. But one of the things I want to point out, if she does respond, is what helps with intention is community.
Yes.
Getting an accountability partner to help you stay true to what you intend and then act on what you intend is the key to success. We are not islands. We are social beings. We need one another to help us move forward, to help us have a better future. We can't do it alone, or when we try to do it alone, it's extremely exhausting. Let me take you back to the African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone.
That's right.
You want to go far, go together.
Yeah.
And for me, my weight accountability partner, she's been so wonderful because I knew, I got to get this plant-based stuff in because I have to report to her every night at 7:00 p.m. if I was able to meet my intentional goal for that day. And I'm not someone who wants to say, I wasn't able to do it. I mean, some days I don't get as much water in, or I don't get as much of the fruits and vegetables in. But to know that she's waiting to hear, and I want to show up, correct, and she to me, it really has made a difference. So if you have an accountability partner out there, for your intentions, and you don't find that you're hitting your marks, it's because you probably need somebody to support you.
Absolutely.
Oh, we have some comments here.
We certainly do.
I'm proud of you. you. I think that's both of us, actually.
Uh-huh.
I'm being more intentional in my sugar intake. Wait, girl. Now, the way I read that, Danielle, is that you're being intentional to take in more sugar. I know that that's not what you mean, but I'm gonna tease you because that's what it sounds like. I'm being more intentional in my sugar intake. Okay, but this is a good goal. That you're probably looking at how much sugar you're taking in and adjusting it because sugar is a toxin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sugar is a toxin, and sugar helps us hold on to weight and adds weight to our bodies. So anyone out there who's really been trying to lose weight and really trying to get healthier, really a low-hanging fruit move is to lower, like Danielle is doing, lower your sugar intake. Drink a little less soda or put a little less sugar in your coffees, or take a look at what you're eating and turn it around, the box, and read where does sugar show up in the ingredients list. If it's the first, second, third, or fourth, too much sugar. Too much sugar. And if you're like, but I have to eat it, Pam, okay, then eat half of what you would normally eat. Okay. What else you got?
I see a comment here. It says, keep it real with you and your accountability partner. You will not always meet the mark every day. And I wanted to speak to that, if I can, is because yesterday, as I have also, and the last time we got together, we were talking about knowing your numbers. And as one who's diagnosed as a diabetic, I'm very conscious of my sugar intake. And what happens while there are things that have sugar in it, you want to be mindful. Well, I posted this beautiful pineapple upside down cake that my husband baked yesterday. And when I tell you it was a struggle, and I lost. I got a slice. I got a slice.
That's all right, honey. That's all right.
But what happens is that it does not change my intent, because guess what? As that post said that I read it, you might not meet the mark every day, but my intent is to meet it more often than less not. So I'm not beating I don't feel guilty. I looked at it and I said, y'all help me say no to the no. They didn't help me. I ate that slice of cake and it was delicious, but I drank plenty of water afterwards. And again, being conscious. So, that's why someone said that's why we need accountability partners for them struggles. Absolutely.
That's right.
Keeping it real. And Pam, like I said, we're business partners, but we got together a couple weeks ago and she introduced me and another sister to these exotic fruits. You should have seen. I was in Trader Joe's. I was in Whole Foods. They didn't have it. I ended up going to H Mart. For those of you that live in Philadelphia, if you go to H Mart, they carry a huge quantity of exotic fruits. If you come over my house now, you would look at fruits and you would say, except for Pam, you would say, what is that? But they are so I can't explain
so
it.
sweet. Yeah, I mean, those fruits really help curb the sugar cravings that we have, right? And then the more you eat those fruits, the easier it is to start controlling sugar, desire for sugar. But it'll take a minute for your palate and your body to adjust, but it's a good adjustment. If you keep it up. Somebody put in commitment and consistency, and that is exactly the key. Commitment and consistency. Just because it may not work day 1, day 2, day 3, day 10 does not mean you have to stop intending for that thing to work for you. Now, so don't give up. Keep going, because sometimes it's like the flywheel. You're turning and it's real slow. It's going real slow. The more you keep putting force on that, all of a sudden it gets easier and easier and easier and easier, and that wheel is just moving. So we want to encourage each and every one of you, A, get an accountability partner for sure, and B, like someone said, be committed and be consistent. And 3, these aren't our takeaways, but 3, if you don't meet the mark, that's okay. Like you were saying, Cheryl, it's okay if you don't. You fall off the wagon, or we don't even have to call it that. It's like you made a choice, pineapple upside down cake, and that's all right. As long as you have that pineapple upside down cake every day, all day long, and we have a problem.
And you know what made me feel good? My husband said, well, did you get a slice? I said, yeah. He said, it didn't look like you touched it. I got a small slice because I just needed to satisfy my taste buds because I had to eat it. But again, it's whatever we do it in moderation and be conscious of it, that we can't gorge on it. So, and I tell you, anybody that's, I did not feel guilty eating that slice of cake. It was good. It was
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
But
And so we're inviting our listeners, if you want to put in how else you're doing in addition to some of the other responses, we'll try to grab them and read them before we conclude. So let's move to how about we move to takeaways?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
we got our unmasked question. Yeah. Our unmasked question is simply this. When it comes to your goals, do you find it difficult to be intentional? Because we've talked a lot about being intentional. Do you find it difficult to be intentional when it comes to your goals?
Yeah.
Someone put here, I'm learning. Okay, I'm sorry. Someone put, I'm learning portion control and exercise is very important. Absolutely. Keep that body moving and portion controls. Pam and I used to be involved in a business that we focused on portion controlled eating, and you will lose weight doing that.
Yeah. So I think we kind of tackled that question. You want to answer for yourself? Because I'm looking at the time, you know me, and we need to move on to closings. How do you feel? Do you think
we need to move ways? Because it is 1:53. Yep.
Okay.
So let's look at our first takeaway of 3. The first takeaway we want to give you is write down your goals. Seeing your goals in writing makes it real. Whether you write it on a 3x5 card, this sister had me writing on my mirror. I have stuff on my mirror. Make it your screensaver, whether it's on your phone or whether it's on your computer. Store it in a place where you'll be able to look at it every single day. That's your vision board. That's your personal vision board for yourself.
Yeah.
Pam, want to give them the second?
Yeah, be intentional, but stay flexible, just like Cheryl said, with the upside down pineapple, upside down cake. While it's important to be focused on your goal, avoid becoming so intentional about your efforts that you inadvertently sabotage your chances of success.
Yes. And the last one is to track your progress. And again, we talked about this book. Track your progress, whether you put a check mark on the calendar every single time you go to the gym, or when you use your financial planner, as we suggested, you will be more motivated when you track your progress toward your goals and you could see the movement that you're making. So those are the 3 takeaways that you have. But we now want to just go right into our raffle. We actually added names of people who participated last week. Again, this is something smarter money moves in 2023. The 8 reminder with cash envelopes for budgeting. So let's see who our lucky one is going to be today.
Okay. That's me. I'm just spinning. Oh, Lord, no. Try it again.
All right, Woo, congratulations.
So Danielle, you need to tell us where you want, and then when you get it, Danielle, you'll need to tell us the color that you want, and then when you get it, please take a picture and post it for us. Yes. All right, let's close up shop. Congratulations, Danielle.
Yes.
Let's close this up because I'm looking at time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, you know what we want to tell everyone? This promo thing we've got, and then I'll wrap it up with our coaching thing. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
You want to share about the promo?
Yeah, well, ready to take your life back off the back burner and onto the front burner. If you are, we want you to join us tonight at 7 p.m. The information is on our Executive Beauty Mindset page, as well as our personal group, Feel Better, Live Better, and Look Better. We want you to get the information that you could join our free webinar on tonight, where we're going to introduce Fatigue to First. 5 simple shifts to put yourself first. Check out again our Facebook group for the details. We're looking forward to seeing you there tonight.
Yeah, and I want to just wrap it up by saying, you know, as some of you may know, that in the group coaching program that Cheryl and I created called Think think you aren't enough? Think again. We have been inspiring women to believe that their future will be better than today, and they have the power to make it so. Now, if this sounds like the hope you've been praying for, we invite you to join us for our first 3 classes at no cost. Sample the course risk-free. The testimonials from our former students and the celebration reunion we recently had with them was so heartwarming. Wasn't it, Cheryl?
It was absolutely heartwarming. Beautiful. Oh.
These women are saying the results that they're seeing in their lives, the books they're writing, the businesses they're developing, going back to school. I mean, it's just so rich. So Cheryl and I want you to have the same, we want you to have the same better future that these women are having and that they're making possible for their lives. But you have to sign up before Tuesday, January 24th, if you want to join the group coaching course with us at no cost and no obligation for the first 3 weeks. Visit us at www.executivebeauty.net/sample to sign up. That's executivebeauty.net/sample. And sign up. Come on and join us for 3 coaching sessions, right, Cheryl? I mean, Cheryl and I are the dynamic duo. Cheryl plays bad cop. I play good cop. When I play bad cop, Cheryl plays good cop. And together, we are changing women's lives, and it's so fulfilling. We want that for you. So sign up, join us. There's nothing to lose and everything to gain by spending 3 glorious weeks with Cheryl and me, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Did you want to announce, Cheryl?
We look forward to seeing you next week. Again, thank you for joining us, and we're going to have another hot topic on next week. So until then, have an amazing day, and we hope we see some of you tonight, if not all of you, at 7 p.m. for our webinar.
Yay! Bye-bye! Love you all.